Okay, want to transform your library's approach to innovation? Want to create a new dialogue with students? Fancy a 99, a Cornetto or a Magnum? Then friends, Romans and librarians, lend me your ears. You're about to enter a new era focused on embedding strategic innovation into the core of our library service provision. University of Manchester librarian Jan Wilkinson outlined this morning how at Manchester we've taken a strategic and bold approach and encouraged the library to be part of the university's decision-making discussions, as well as being very vocal on what we can do to help achieve those university goals. Now, one of the ways we've achieved this is through the library's game-changing innovation group. The group provides a platform for collection and generation of new ideas, and it steers and champions those new projects and schemes which come out of those ideas. The group's membership is taken from across the library, across all grade levels, and ideas can come from any part of the library staffing structure. But by far our most successful campaign to date has been Eureka, the Library Innovation Challenge event. We asked our students to come up with an innovative concept or design which would enhance the library experience for all our users. This was a Dragon's Den style event with a celebrity host where students pitched their ideas to a specialist panel of judges. But what were our objectives? Well, to develop and enhance further the library users' overall customer experience, to allow students themselves to drive our innovation policy forward, and to put a spotlight on the value we place on customer engagement with our service. The guy with the stethoscope is called Ernest, and he's in the medical library. So, we're all people with ideas at heart, though. So what did our students come up with? Well, after much deliberation by the panel, first prize went to undergraduate Jade Brodie, whose idea for bookable study desks has been a big hit with students since it was implemented this year, giving students the opportunities to study where and when they want. And Jade went home on the train with that check. Fast forward a year to March 2014, and top prize went to management student Jack Green. Jack's idea was to create various electronic library hubs across campus, and contest host Phil Jupitus was pleased to join in the innovation celebrations and happily photo-bombed Jack's check handover. On the day, a hot one, a very rare thing in Manchester, ice cream was given to all audience members, contestants and judges. And the contest also created new and effective relationships with some key figures, all to the benefit of the library in the long term. For example, our judges were made up of academic staff and key alumni. We had successful entrepreneurs who were able to inspire and advise our finalists with their career goals. And we also had student representation, which gave the contest credibility. This was all good news for the library, which resulted in a very positive front page article in the Manchester student newspaper, the Mancunian. So to keep this momentum for innovation alive, we didn't halt our activity with the contest itself. Beyond the 2 winning ideas, we'd have been foolish to ignore the hundreds of other entries which we received via the process. We awarded quick win and merit prizes and have created staff groups to take the real part of the pulse of the students throughout this process. So what were our quick wins? Well, we had the living plant zone in the library, which enhanced the study environment. Trolleys to transport heavy books around the library made things easier for students too. And the incredibly popular textbook rescue, all were able to piggyback on the success of Eureka and demonstrated how important the contest was in gaining new ideas for service innovation. Textbook Rescue, we asked final year students to donate their core textbooks to new students starting in September. The response was massive. On the day we made the books available to first years, we had queues outside the door akin to the January sales. And happy students, as you can see, were delighted to be snapped with their new books. We also had well-being and relaxation. To meet this demand, a touch of serenity came in the form of boa massage therapy for our stressed-out students at exam time. We also had bookable Tai Chi lessons on offer, and every booking slot for a 3-week period was gone within 24 hours, all free, all for students. Students also wanted the chance to connect with fellow library users online, to share comments and discuss books and other resources. In light of that partnership with the University of Glasgow, we've created Booked In, a library online game for users, and we already have 1,000 keen library gamers. But as they say at the Oscars, we couldn't have done this on our own. We took the library staff with us on this journey. Staff, innovation, brainstorming events and contests for staff all mean we're working as a team on this one. We've embedded innovation into our library strategy, and this dialogue with staff has been the key to progress in this area. Now, the Eureka contest and the ideas it generated have proved a catalyst in encouraging creative thinking across the library, and it dovetailed perfectly with our strategic aims and objectives. The university's strategic aim seeks to broaden understanding and cultivate intellectual growth in our students and researchers. In essence, we're not afraid to take risks. We use what we already had to our advantage: engaged and involved students, high-profile alumni, social media, local business connections, and links to academics, not forgetting our fondness for ice cream too. All this didn't cost the earth, it was all there to begin with. So back to our friend Ernest and his two pals. The title of his presentation centred around leadership, strategy and engagement. And with the help of Ernest and other library staff, we've enhanced the profile of the library across the rest of the university. And most importantly, we've gained ideas for service innovation from a student's perspective. So what had started life as an idea put forward to the library's innovation group soon blossomed into a much larger project involving a level of cross-departmental organisational and planning, which was a new experience and an exciting challenge for all those involved. In the final analysis, the overarching feeling we'll take away from this project is one of enjoyment. In 2003, we were approached by a student who wanted to have a quiet word with us. He took us aside and said that he'd really enjoyed the Eureka process, something he thought he would never say about a library. We took this happily as a compliment. Eureka and innovation-inspired events like it will transform the way your library is perceived by customers.